Dean Sir, Professor J.S.R. Krishnamurthy Sir. Once again, we are all thankful to our university authorities to extend their cooperation in smooth conduction of this webinar series on the occasion of 8th International Yoga Day. It is a great pleasure and respect from the bottom of my heart to introduce my madam, our department madam, Dr. D. Jyoti Madam, Associate Professor, Head the Department of Sankhya Yoga, National Sanskrit University, the same university. Who puttagane parimalinchunu. Just like this, she had her primary and school education in Vyasashramam, Yerped, where she had strongly rooted the qualities of Abhyasa, Vairagya and spirituality. Later on, she has continued her graduation, post-graduation in Sahitya, PG Diploma Yoga Vijnan, and a doctorate degree in the same university, RSVP, National Sanskrit University. Madam has completed her PG in Yoga in Jain Vishwabharati Institute, Rajasthan. Madam has qualified UGC NET and AP State SLET also. Madam served as yoga instructor from 2001 to 2009 and appointed as assistant professor in the Department of Sankhya Yoga in 2009. Continuously working Madam in the same university. She had 22 years of experience both in teaching and training. For her credit, she has published 12 research papers in national and international journals, 27 papers presented in national and international journals related to yoga, yogic science, Sankhya Yoga and yoga therapy, and also delivered lectures on as a resource person in various universities and colleges. To her credit, Madam has received the Best Women Teacher Award by VPS AP State Government. She has served in various academic bodies as BOS member and BOE member in National Sanskrit University, Andhra University, Sri Venkateswara University, Sri Padmavati Mahila University, Dravidian University, Mangalore University, Central University of Sanskrit, Delhi, Vikram Simhapuri University, and also Madam held many positions like Additional Deputy Warden, NSS Program Officer. Under her able guidance, 15 MPhils and 8 PhDs were awarded and 4 PhDs are in progress. Madam has position, passionate interest in the field of Sankhya Yoga, yoga therapy and yogic science. Madam is going to be delivering a lecture on the topic Therapeutic Foundations of Yoga from Ancient Yogic Texts. So, we are all fortunate to have Madam in this occasion. So, myself and all on behalf of the participants, we are requesting you, Madam, please deliver a valuable lecture for our participants on this occasion. Once again, thank you, Madam. Thank you very much. Giving your webinars. Thank you.
शब्दशास्त्र प्रणेत यह योग दर्शन मूर्तिमान आयुर्वेद विशेषज्ञः तं नमामः पतंजलिम्. Good morning to you all. I'm thankful to this invitation to all the authorities involved in this program. In the series of the lectures to March International Day of Yoga, this is one of the lecture. Therapeutical concept in ancient texts, mainly yogic texts. If we observe, yoga is one of the subject actually it is intended to self-realization. Darshanam. Darshayati iti darshanam, drishyate aneneti darshanam. Whatever it is not visible for us, which is just melted or absorbed water in the milk. Only Paramahamsas, Swam can separate water and the milk. In the same way, we the people, if we practice the recommended practice by our ancestors, can reach the state of Paramahamsas, so that the separation of the Pratibimba like Buddhi and Purusha can be separated, no doubt. But the present society, which is filled with so much of raga and dveshas, majority of the qualities, which should not be welcomed, we are welcoming them, because if you see comparatively to the previous ages, we have everything to lead the life with comfort. But coming to the peace, Shanti, even if we enter into the Chandra Mandala with our technology, we couldn't enter in such a way in internal energies. Those are called solar energies and lunar energies. Surya, Chandra is there inside only. Everything is inside the body. All the Panchatattvas and other principles, elements. But we couldn't get that much of knowledge as well as the time. Then we get the time, yet we're unable to practice it. That is why it is said that whenever problem arises, then we approach specialists. With keen knowledge, if we observe, because it is coming to the therapy concept, no? Chikitsa sambandha vishayaha. All specialists are there in our yoga, yogic practices. Yes, మనం అలా చెప్పుకుంటూ వెళ్ళిపోతూ ఉంటామండి. Just we teach that you practice Sutra Neti, you practice this Dhauti, you practice that one. But the depth knowledge will teach us all super specialty doctors are there in our yoga. Those doctors will teach us what to do, what not to do. If their appointment is needed, we can approach them. Who are the specialists? What are those practices? If you observe, if we get eye problem, ophthalmologist is there, Trataka Kriya. Nowadays, we are in the online mode because of the corona and other related issues. Many of our lives, nears and dears, left us because of the problem, respiratory disorders. Pulmonologist is needed. That pulmonologist specialty doctor is pranayama. Cardiologist is there, Hruddauti. Dentist is there, Dantamula Shodhanam. Colonoscopist is there, Mula Shodhanam. ENT specialist is there, Neti. Gastroenterologist is there, Nauli Vasti. Psychologist is there, Yamas and Niyamas. Psychiatrist is there, Dharana Dhyana. Ahara Prakriyas are there, dietitian and nutrition. Who are not there? If you want super specialist or multi polyclinic, where we can get appointment for all doctors, we are having polyclinic also to get the therapy, treatment. That is called Surya Namaskar. If you observe the concept of Surya Namaskara, Samasta Roga Kshayaha Bhagya Samruddhischa. Samasta Roga Kshayaha. Then the word, the terminology itself says that all kinds of rogas related to the physical, pranic, psychological, intellectual, spiritual disturbances. If we have Hridroga, if we have vital organ problems like jaundice and all, approach Surya. Hridrogam mama suryo harimanam chashu nashayatu. Hridrogas, heart diseases. Because the Hridaya should be kept very nirbala. Otherwise, that is the place it is called the seat of everything for the life as well as the liberation. To bind you, andukane say in generally, majority of the Telugu people might be there, I think so. If we are not having such much rapport with others, they will ask, Emi niku hrudayam leda? Don't you have kind heart? They won't ask, don't you have kind liver? Don't you have kind kidney? Like, don't you have kind heart? And call speaker. Don't you have kind heart? Yes. Yasya hridayam nirmalam tasya shantihi karasthitha. Whose heart is very pure, being avoiding all kinds of negativities. For him, Santi is, peace is there within his palms. ఎక్కడికో వెళ్ళాల్సిన అవసరం లేదండి. మనశ్శాంతి మనశ్శాంతి అంటూ ఉంటారు. మనశ్శాంతి మన దగ్గరే ఉందండి. That is why I called it Surya Namaskara is the polyclinic for the therapy of yoga. Because Surya Namaskara slokas some are there, it will say that all kinds of Pancha Jnanendriyas related problems, Pancha Karmendriya related problems, mind related problems, conscious related problems, all 12 problems, so Dwadasha Murti will eradicate and provide you modaha, pramodaha. Ananda is the life. It is not the money. It is not even without money. For example, it is said, no, Bala, small child. If you observe how pure he is, how pleasant he is, how happy he is. Why can't we? అందుకనే చూడండి కరోనా టైంలో కూడా ఇఫ్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్ ఇన్ ద కరోనా టైమింగ్స్ గాడ్స్ గ్రేస్ చిల్డ్రన్ వర్ ప్రొటెక్టెడ్. Why? Because of their immunity and because of their being away from the dualities. మనకు ఎలా అంటే first Kalusha enters. Whether Kalusha entered in the outside, it is different, but internal Kalusha will take away our peacefulness even in the sleep also. Our Shastra says that yogi yoga niyojita chittaha. Yoga niyojita chittaha. Whose chitta is connected with yogic practices. That kind of person will ramate balonmatta iva. Bala unmattaha. Like a small baby until he and she enter into the teenage, youth stage, he enjoys the life without any tensions. That kind of character we too can achieve, always connected our chitta with yoga. Yoga means not only the asanas and never think of that. Each and every breath is yoga. Each and every vision is yoga. Each and every voice we listening to the is yoga. Because if we suffered, no problem. We will suffer it. But the sufferings, the mentalities that are entered into our body makes our next generation to produce the same characteristics. మనం బాధపడితే పర్లేదు అండి, మన సమయం అయిపోతూ ఉంది. బట్ మన ద్వారా వచ్చినటువంటి ఆ నెక్స్ట్ జనరేషన్, they should not harm themselves and for the others also. That is the main motto of yoga, which makes the harmony of the bodily faculties. Harmony and peace, motto of yoga. Harmony means one has to connect one system with the another system, one sheet with the another sheet, without any deviations and distractions. Then if any distractions comes, no problem, because though we are practicing in such a way, yet we will get the distractions. It is nothing but distraction given by you and me. It is a distraction by us only because of the previous practices or previous life practices. We have to accept that. So Surya Namaskar is a polyclinic. All kinds of 12 departments are there. Kalma Gnana Kadashakam Manascha Jiva Yiti Dwadasha Dayo Vicharati Sadvadasha Murti Rastu Modaya. Karmendriya, Gnanendriya, Manas, Jiva Sambandha problems get relief from Surya Namaskaras. And skin diseases, heart diseases, eye diseases, diseases related to the body of major and minor organs. Surya Namaskara itself can cure or balances. yoga is therapy is based on preventive, promotive and curative aspects. లేని వాళ్ళకి రాదు, ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి నయం చేస్తుంది, రాకుండా కూడా చేస్తుంది. దట్ ఈస్ వై త్వచి దోషాః, దృషి దోషాః, హృది దోషాః, ఏ చ అఖిలేంద్రియజ దోషాః తాన్ పూషా హత దోషః కించిత్ రోషాగ్నినా దహతు. त्वचि दोषाः, दृशि दोषाः, हृदि दोषाः, ये च अखिलेन्द्रियज दोषाः, all kinds of organ related imbalances will be rectified by namaskara to the Surya. Mainly this body is because of Vata only. Vata doshas, kidney problems, skin disorders, belly fat, metabolic disorders like madhumehas and other diseases, and eclipses, cancers, such kind of disorders also can be rectified by our polyclinic head, Surya, the Pratyaksha Deva. These practices are useful for therapy, but unless we have to approach Yoga Guru according to the capacity of, because more than capacity should not be practiced. We also, whenever I get the time, I used to practice 50 Surya Namaskaras like that. I enter into the problem. Though we know everything, there should be limit, balance, samata. So, Vatashmari Gadarsha Tvagdosha Mahodara Pramehascha Grahani Bagandharakyaha Mahatistvam Merujohamsi Mahatistvam Merujohamsi. All kinds of disorders, either major and minor, can be eradicated, rectified, or anything if you think of, cured with the Surya Namaskara itself. Yes, if we observe, whenever we approach our doctor, they will ask only two tests. Have you done D3 and B12? Yes, B12 and D3 are majorly facing problems, even I and you also. Because B12 is related to the absorption. When there is no absorption properly, Rasarakta, Mamsa, Majja, Mleda, Shalya, Virya, Andas, all Sapta Dhatus are connected with that and then enter into the main source of the body is D vitamin, which is the only source, Surya. We the ladies, we think of that if we enter into the outside, we will become black and all. No problem, because this is only tvak. This is only the peel. The body is only peel. Even you beautify it to the extent possible, one day it goes into the dust bin, Prithvi. Rather than beauty, it is our responsibility to go for duty with the body. Rakshaniyaha tato dehaha yatho dharmadhi sadhanam. We know it. From birth itself, on one day we leave the body. How we leave the body with yoga or roga, it depends upon our practices. Yoga, through yoga, we leave the body with the samadhi state. Through yoga, we leave the body with outer samadhi state. There is a rectangle concrete building they built, no? That is samadhi is vinna. But invisible samadhi is yoga, visible samadhi is roga. That is why it is said, Anityani sarirani vaibhavo naiva shashvata anityam sannihito mrityu kartavyo dharma sangrama. That is the greatness of the therapy. Because nowadays research is going on therapy. No problem. But it is already searched. So, Yeshaha Purveshamapi Guruhu Kalena Anavacheda. The Adi Guru, he knows What should be given to the jivas, jiva rasis? And that has given to us. But we think of that this world is for enjoyment rather than enlightenment. Except we accept it. There should be both sides. There should be enjoyment and there should be enlightenment. For anything, body is needed. Healthy body is needed. For yogis, this is enjoyment instrument. For yogis, this body is enlightened instrument. For anything, health is needed. Sarira madhyam kalu dharma sadhanam. భోగులకిదియే వినోద భవనము యోగులకు కేవలం విజ్ఞాన సౌధము దేనికైనను ఆరోగ్యమేగా మూలము శరీర మాధ్యం కలు ధర్మ సాధనం. Yes, you enjoy. At the same time, there is another side also, viveka, that should be. That is why I always says that practicing yoga is nothing but acquiring one degree, MBA degree. Everywhere I tell it, because again and again teaching the same concept is very important. Many people ask, even in the hostel also, madam, every day same potato, same tomato, boring madam. If they ask people like me, we are the yogic practitioners, I will tell one answer for them. Every day you are taking the same breath, no? Are you getting bored? One day you stop the breathing. No, madam, no, madam. Okay, madam, I will take it, madam, like that. So here we would like to understand that boring and all other things is dependent on jihva and mind craving. But viveka will teach you, make you Paramahamsa, what should be taken, what not to be taken. మంచి చెడులు రెండు కలిసి ఉన్న నీర క్షీరముల వోలే విచక్షణతో వేరు చేసిన నీవే పరమహంసవోయి. Good and bad are connected like milk and water. Through Paramahamsa practices, one can separate these two faculties. Then one can enjoy the disease-free state. So we will enter into the concept of some slides. ముఖమే చూస్తుంటే బోర్ కొడుతుంది కదా. Is it visible slides?
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
What is life? It is already said that it is not a permanent one. It is filled with so many diseases, uncountable diseases. Today corona came, tomorrow corona daughter and son come. We don't know what comes. We have to accept the fact and we have to support them also, because those problems are not directly entered because of our actions results only. See that corona time taught us life is not permanent. We are thankful God we are living and we are cooperating with each other. So know that life is always filled with dukkha only for a learned person. Sarvam dukkhameva vivekinaha, it is said. How? Like a drop seems to be attached but not attached. We have to leave the body at any time without. That is why it is said, no, even some of the Telugu teachings will say that ఆలు మగలు అధికమైన సంఖ్యలు అంటి అంటనట్టుండు మనస. Wife and husband and children, they are the bondages. Be attached without any attachments, like a water on the lotus leaf. Because it is said that as long as Vayu resides in body, so long everyone asks, how are you? If the body leaves, prana leaves the body, even our wife also feels fear of touching the body. Now how she is, how he is. Even in Corona time, they won't bring even the dead body to our houses. So, yavat pavano nibasati dehe tavat pruchati kusalam gehe gatavati vayau dehapaye bharya bivyati tasmin kaye. That is why it is said life is filled with sharirika rogas and manasika rogas. Vidhivya jabimanagrastam. It is filled with mind. Yes, you take it, no problem. Because you have taken from others, somebody will take from ours. If you know the fact, then you can take it. ఈ రోజు మనం వేరే వాళ్ళ దగ్గర నుంచి లాక్కునింది రేపు మన దగ్గర నుంచి ఇంకొకరు లాక్కోరు అనేది ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది అండి? With this concept, yoga will teach you always, because yoga is not outer teaching. Yoga is inner teaching, conscious teaching. That is why it is said, you have to remove the thorn with the thorn only. ముళ్ళును ముళ్ళతోనే తీయాలి. యోగాని యోగాతోనే తెలుసుకోవాలండి. We the teachers are, your teachers will teach you. But practice depends upon our intensity. Lokam soka hatam cha samastam. This loka is filled with so many miseries related to the Adi and Vyadis. Yes, don't bother about anything. There is a remedy also. అవునా మేడం, ఇంత కష్టమా లైఫ్ అంటే కష్టమే కాదని చెప్పలేదు. ఆ కష్టాన్ని కూడా దూరం చేసేటువంటి మార్గాలు ఉన్నాయండి. వాట్ ఆర్ దోస్ రెమెడీస్? ఇట్ ఈస్ సెడ్ ప్రాణాయామం ప్రత్యాహారం నిత్య వివేక విచారం జాప్య సమేత సమాధి విధానం పూర్వవదానం మహదవదానం. ఆసనాస్, ప్రాణాయామాస్, pratyaharas. Pratyahara is nothing but bringing back the unnecessary faculties that attracted us through our intense practice. Nitya viveka vicharam. Know that what is eternal, what is not eternal. Which should be taken, which not should be taken. You accept anything and everything, but in a righteous way. What you call it, ruju margas. Japya sameta samadhi vidhanam. Always engaged in japa. Japa means not only japamala is needed, karamala is needed. Japa means inhalation, exhalation is also will be counted consciously. That is also a kind of japa, because japa makes you to enter into the ekagra state so that one can understand what is good and what is bad, what is real, what is unreal, what is happy, what is unhappy, what is truth, what is untruth, what is papa and punya, what are kind of dvandvas. Purvavadhanam mahadavadhanam. With attention, without any tension, if we practice such kind of practices every day, then automatically we can see Nija Hridayastham Devam, the reality. అప్పుడు తప్పులు చేయము అండి. ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ మాక్సిమం రావు, వచ్చిన ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ని రెక్టిఫై చేసుకునే శక్తి కూడా ఉంటుంది. దట్ ఈస్ వై హూ ఈస్ యువర్ గురు మీన్స్ యు externally for some days your guru might be your yoga teachers, but lifelong guru who always teach is our consciousness. Yoga eva upadhyayah, yoga eva adhyapakah, the shastra vachanam. That is why yogena yogo gnatavyah, ముళ్ళను ముళ్ళతోనే తీయాలి అంటుంటాం కదా. అలాగా Yogena yogo gnatavya. No yoga through yoga only. Yogat yoga pravartate. Through yoga only teach you how to behave, how to not behave. You apramattastu yogena, who is very careful of handling the practices of yoga. Sa ramate yoge chiram. He lives, he enjoys the cheese of the life. So it is said that Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktaha Samsarat Achirat Vimuktaha Sendriya Manasa Niyama Devam Drakshasi Nija Hrudayastam Devam. Hrudaye, there is a God, he can see that God. So coming to the therapeutical concepts, I won't enter into in-depth way. Simple way, one bija I will give you, that one should supply needed components to each and every cell. Sir, నాకు ఫ్యాటీ లివర్ వచ్చేసింది సార్. సార్ నాకు belly fat అయింది సార్. మేడం నాకు గైనకాలజికల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ స్టార్ట్ అయినాయి మేడం, PCODs ఆన్సోస్. సార్ బీపీ కొంచెం ఎక్కువైపోయింది సార్ అని చెప్పనేసి ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చిన తర్వాత వీఆర్ ఎంటరింగ్ ఇన్ టు ద ట్రీట్మెంట్ అండి. దట్ ఈస్ దేర్ వన్ సైడ్. In another side also, yoga's main aim is supplying the needed components to each and every cell of the body. Cell will be modified into tissues, tissues into the organs, organs into the total body, you know it. See how many cells are there in our body. It needs Sukshma Darshini, not Sthola Darshini. Nearly 120 trillions of the cells are there in our body, and each and every cell needs some components for healthy living. If these components are not supplied properly, then enter into the problem stage, that is called therapeutical practices. So what are those 7 components that are needed for cell? అండి నేను ప్రతి భాగానికి చెప్పడం లేదు, కణము అంటాం కదా, కణానికి ఏమి కావాలి అంటే ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ సెల్ నీడ్స్ ఎయిర్ అండి. బికాస్ వితౌట్ ఎయిర్ దెర్ ఈస్ నో లైఫ్. దిస్ ఈస్ లైఫ్ ఫోర్స్, what you called it. That is why our Shastra says that Yavat Vayu Stito Dehi Tavat Jeevanamityuchyate Maranam Tasya Nishkrantihi Tato Vayum Nirodhaye. As long as Vayu is there, so long, hi, how are you? If Vayu leaves, then photo for 13 days. Even after that also, no photo. So if Vayu is disturbed at celluloid level, then problem starts Vata doshas. How many Vata doshas? There are Asiti Vata doshas. In next slides, if time is there, we can know it. Asiti Vata doshas are there. Simple doshas are hiccups, breath related problems, vikas, vasas, chakasas, chasira, karnakshi, vedanaha, bhavanti, vividaha, rogaha, pavanasya, prakopataha. I will show you, malli back kostanu. What are the disease problems that arise because of the imbalances? See, these are the 80 types of vital air related problems that occurs in the body due to imbalances in the air at celluloid level itself andi. సెల్ లెవెల్లో నుంచే మనకు ఏమేమంటే నకభేదః, విపాకదః, పాదశూలం, పాదభ్రంశం, పాదసుత్తత, గుల్పగ్రాహః, పిండికాద్వేష్టం, గృద్రసి, ఇవన్నీ తెలుసుకుంటే థెరపీ మనకు ఈజీ అవుతుందండి. బికాస్ some practices are there which eradicate vata doshas. Vata doshagna practices are there. So cracks in the nails, so cracks in the foot, hands, so irritation, legs, so bending tendency in the foot, numbness in the foot, and heels, so calf muscles pain, so back pain, so thigh tightness, pain in the thighs, handicappedness, and slipping in the slipping, shoulder slipping, so testis problems, so genital organs, so penis related, swelling at the corner of the thighs, so frequency of the stools. So ఇక్కడ చెప్పాలి అంటే 80 చెప్పాలి అండి. సింపుల్ గా చెప్పాలి అంటే చూడండి, లాస్ట్ లో హిక్క, అతి ప్రలాప మీన్స్ ఎక్సెస్ టాకెటివ్నెస్, అత్యాహారో ప్రయాసశ్చ ప్రజల్పో అనిమే గ్రహ జన సంఘశ్చ లౌల్యంచ, దిస్ ఆర్ దోట్ దట్ ఈస్ హిక్క శ్వాసశ్చ కాసశ్చ శిర కర్ణాక్షి వేదనాః భవంతి వివిధాః రోగాః పవనస్య ప్రకోపతః, ఇట్ ఈస్ సెడ్. సో ఇంకా ఇలా చెప్పాలి అంటే చాలా ఉన్నాయి ఈ వాత సంబంధమైనటువంటివి. దెర్ ఈస్ నో vital air, there is no life andi. That is why proper breathing is needed. Pranayamena yuktena sarvaroga nirodha ayukta abhyasena sarvaroga samudbhavaha. That is why properly we have to inhale the air, we have to exhale the air, then only we can get air related problems relief at celluloid level itself. And then water is, you know it, without water how many problems are there. Presently also I can, because water will not accept us to take it, but consciously we have to take. That is why divyam udakam, the water which will not provide any problems, that kind of nowadays RO water that is coming, it is your wish and your mind will teach you what kind of water will take. According to the Ayurveda Shastra, water how should be taken, it is there. In previous classes you have already got the idea of that. And food is very important for cellular level itself, because there itself the health of the organism tissues depends. That is why it is said, eating food is not simply my morning tiffin breakfast is over, afternoon my lunch is over, night dinner is over, in between the mid meals is over, like that. No, nothing like that, Andy. That is why it is said, brahmachari mitahari tyagi yoga parayana habda durdvam bhavet siddhi natra karya samshayah. Brahmacharya, mitahara, Tyagaha yoga parayanaha. With these 4 qualities, if we practice, there is no concept of therapy in yoga. Jabbul ravu అని చెప్తూ ఉంటారండి. సో సుస్నిగ్ధ మధురాహారః చతుర్థాంశ వివర్జితః భుజ్యతే శివ సంప్రీత్యై మితాహార సోచ్యతే. While eating the food, we have to take like prasadam. Prasada is nothing but nirmalatvam. So know that this body is temple, inner conscious is God. You offer prasada, like prasada we offering at the puja room or in the temples. Ahara suddhau sattva suddhau dhruva smritihi smriti lambe sarva grandhinam vipramokshaha. If ahara is suddha, our existence will be pure. If existence is pure, automatically there are 700 grandhis in our body. Physical grandhis, psychological grandhis, pranic grandhis, intellectual grandhis, spiritual grandhis. Pathological disturbances, psychological disturbances, emotional disturbances. There are 700 granthis are there. For all granthis, there is a vipramokshaha, liberation. Varna prasad. Why we have to take the food? Varnaha, prasadaha, sauswaram, jeevitam, pratibha, sukam, tushtihi, pushtihi, balam, medaha, sarvam, anne pratishtitam. Everything is there in food only. So here all knowledge is there. Jivita is because of the annad bhavanti bhutani. Pratibha is there, ananda is there, sukha is there. And then coming to the food, how we have to take hitabhojanam. It is said in Shastra, Shatrimshatam sahasra ratrinam hitabhojanam jivatyanaturo jantuhu jitatma sammatah satam. This bhojana is suitable for everyone. Jantuhu jitatma jivati anaturaha. రోగాలు లేకుండా ఎన్ని రోజులు బతుకుతుంది అంటే 36,000 days అంట. Who consumes hita bhojana in the nights mainly? షట్త్రింశత్ శత సహస్రానం. ఒక 500 రోజులు ఎందుకో తక్కువ పెట్టినట్టున్నారు, అదేమన్నా మిస్టేక్ తెలియదు. నియర్లీ 100 years We can live with the food itself. And exercise is very needed and for each and every cell. Sarira cheshta ya cheshta stairyarya balavardhini deha vyayamam sankhyaata matraya tam samachareti. ఇక్కడ చెప్పారు చూడండి, మాత్రయా. Based on our capacity, one has to practice. If capacity extends, then it leads to the problems. Sound వస్తుంది. So, బలవర్ధిని స్థిరవర్ధిని. Even asanas allo kuryata dasanam stairyam arogyam changa lagavam iti. Atra here is also attached lagavam karma samarthyam stairyam klesha sahishnuta. So lagavam means a kind of lightness in the bodily limbs. Karma samarthyam manaku workaholic చేస్తుంది, స్థైర్యం steadiness ఇస్తుంది, క్లేశ సహిష్ణుత. Whatever that problem arises, that can be tolerated by vyayama body. Dosha kshayo agnihi, all kinds of doshas, three doshas, vata dosha, pitta dosha, kapha dosha, and it's related. Samadosha samagnischa samadhatu malapriyaha prasannatmendri manah swasthya nitya vidiyate. It is said, no? Agni vriddhi is very important. Because of agni vriddhi only we are leading healthy life. Vyayama tupajayate. Because of vyayama we will get all this. Lagava, karma samarthya, stairyam, klesha sahishnuta, dosha kshayaha, agni vriddhi. And then coming to the expression of the wish, you know it. Because as long as expressions are there so long, we will enter into the problem states according to Malatyaga, Purishatyaga, and we have to maintain. Rest is very important for the repair of the body. Nidra, yattam, sukham, dukkam, pushtihi, karshyam, bala, balam, prushata, klibata, ajnanam, jnanam, jivitam, nacha. Akale pratiprasangaha nidra niveshita sukhayishi parakayat kala ratrihi iva pava saiva yukta punarutte nidra deham sukhayusha purusham yoginam siddhaha satya buddhiragata. Because of the nidra only sukha, dukkha, pushti and krushatva, healthiness, and then energy, and then a kind of klibata, impotence, and then it is a kind of genital related. Jnana, ajnana, life, for longevity of the life, shortness of the life, everything depends upon through nidra only. That is why it is said that nidra is also vritti. Positive thought is very important for cell. So ఇది సెల్యులార్ లెవెల్లోనే చెప్తున్నానండి నేను. అవిప్లవ వివేకఖ్యాతి దుఃఖ నివారణోపాయ. సో థాట్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. బికాస్ థాట్ ఈస్ నాట్ పాజిటివ్, ఆటోమేటికల్లీ ఇట్ విల్ బి డ్యామేజ్. So here these 7 components are there for 120 trillions of the cells. Then the therapy starts. So don't bother about that. Our yoga is there. It is our responsibility, yoga responsibility, to feed each and every cell of the body without any doubt. Even if you observe the motto of the yoga is for harmony and peace. Yoga harmonizes 120 trillions of the cells. And there is shanti, there is arogya. If one cell is entered into one place to the another place, then the problem starts. మనిషి సంఘంలోనే ఉండాలి, జంతువులు అడవిలోనే ఉండాలి అంటుంటారు కదా. సింహం వచ్చి సంఘంలోకి వచ్చేసింది, అక్కడ ఏమవుతుందండి? Then the problem starts. In the same way, kidney cell should be there in the kidney. Like that, every cell should be there at their own places. If problem starts, then problem starts. ఎవరు లాంచ్ చేసుకొని ఉండారు? మైక్ ఆన్ చేసుకోండారు. Okay, what is the aim of yoga? Dukkhatraya nivritti, dukkhatraya vigata, jignasa tadabagata kehito drishte sapartha chet naikanto atyantato abhavat. So yoga and any darshana's aim is being away from the physical and psychological disturbances of the internal organs and external related problems, and then supernatural agencies like the graha sambandha problems. All dukkhas are because of our samskaras only, our actions only. If we rectify our actions properly, then it leads to the disease free life. And coming to the diseases, there are physical diseases and psychological disturbances. Psychological disturbances again Sara and Samanya. Sara is rectified through knowledge only. Samanya can be rectified whatever you wish. So here it is said, for anything health is needed. Vata pitta kapha chokha sharira dosha sangraha manasa punaridishto rajas tamayevacha. So physical diseases because due to imbalances in vata, pitta, kapha. Psychological disturbances are due to imbalances in trigunas. And then it is said that atyaharo, prayasascha, prajalpo, animagriha, janasangascha. So mental distractions are due to lack of control in the desires. There is no end to desire. వయసు పెరిగే కొద్దీ ఆశ పెరుగుతూనే ఉంటుంది అండి. దట్ ఈస్ వై ఇట్ ఈస్ సెడ్. వయసు పెరిగే కొద్దీ వెంట్రుకలు పడిపోతాయి, వయసు పెరిగే కొద్దీ దంతాలు పడిపోతాయి, కానీ ఆశ మాత్రం పడిపోదు. తత్ర ఇట్ ఈస్ సెడ్ నో, జీర్యంతే జీర్యతః కేశాః, దంతాః జీర్యంతే జీర్యతః, జీర్యతే క్షీయతే సర్వం, తృష్ణైవైకా న జీర్యతే. That is why, because nowadays majority of the diseases because of the psychological disturbances, psychosomatic disorders, there is no remedy for the psychosomatic there is no cure for the psychosomatic disorders. Only one has to get relief from the through yogic practices. And then the yoga intended to relieve or heal a disorder, that is preventive, promotive and curative aspects are there. Applying the yogic practices like kriyas, bandhas, mudras, asanas, pranayamas, yamaniyama dharana and some other practices. Mainly therapeutical concept includes the understanding the depth knowledge about the text and its application. And ప్రతి ఒక్కరు చదివేస్తాం. ఎంఎస్సీలు ఎంతమందికి లేదండి? ఆ నుంచి షా వరకు ఏ టు జెడ్ ఎవరికి లేదండి అక్షర జ్ఞానం, పదజ్ఞానం ఎవరికి లేదండి. బట్ డెప్త్ మీనింగ్ ఇస్ నీడెడ్ and how it should be applied, and one has to prepare the module according to the understanding the text, and we have to apply it to the patient or practitioner. Capacity of the patient is needed. ఒక ఆసనము ఒకసారి చేసేస్తూ ఉన్నాం వాళ్ళు అంటే మనం చేయాలని ఏం లేదండి. వాళ్ళకి రోగ తీవ్రత ఎలా ఉంది దాన్ని బట్టి చేపిస్తారండి. హోప్ అండ్ కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ ఈజ్ నీడెడ్. వన్ హ్యాస్ టు ప్రొవైడ్ హోప్. నీకు ఇంకేమీ కుదరదు, నీ పని అయిపోయింది పో అని చెప్పకూడదండి. ఇది ఇంతదే కదా, చిన్నదే కదా, ఏమైపోయింది, లైఫ్ చాలా పెద్దది అని చెప్పనేసి ఒక హోప్ ఇవ్వాలండి, నమ్మకం ఇవ్వాలండి, అండ్ ఉత్సాహం ఇవ్వాలండి. లైఫ్ స్టైల్ చేంజెస్ వన్ హ్యాస్ టు టెల్. లుక్ అట్ ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ అండి. చూడు ఈ రోజు ఎంత బాగా వంగుతున్నావు, నీ వాయు ప్రవాహం ఎంత బాగా జరుగుతూ ఉంది చూడు అని చెప్పనేసి వి హావ్ టు ఎంకరేజ్ అండ్ అకార్డింగ్ టు వి హావ్ టు డూ అడ్జస్ట్మెంట్ అండ్ సీక్వెన్సెస్, బికాస్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఇస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇన్ యోగా. అదర్వైజ్ ఫిజికల్ ఎక్సర్సైజ్ అండ్ యోగిక్ ఎక్సర్సైజెస్ విల్ బి ద సేమ్. దట్ ఈస్ వై ఆసన భంగిమ క్రమ వివరణమే విన్యాసము, విన్యాస విశ్వాస సరిమిత్రుడు శ్వాస. Along with vinyasa we have to apply swasa. Vinyasa viswasala yogame asana sthiti. Vinyasa and swasa relatedly comes under asana sthiti. Asana sthiti asala sishulu astrame drishti. Asana sthiti starts from there, we start the drishti, and according to drishti we can rectify the problem at that reason. And then it is said that yoga vasishta chala cheppindi em cheyali ani. These are the asiti vata doshas. Vata related practices are there in yoga. By approaching all these practices one can get the rectified. There are 40 pitta vikaras are there. Based on the pitta body one can adopt pitta related practices. And then there are vimsati phlegm disorder, vimsati kapadoshascha, it is said in dauti related practice. These are the asiti vimshati sleshma vikaras. And then it is said that yogabhyasana traya ekatatvabhyasa prananam vidayastada mano nigrahascheti yoga shabdartha sangraha adayo vyadayascheva shapaha papadrushaha tata na khandayati tachittam padmakata silamiva. Whose practices are very what you call it confidential and very what you call it tivrata adhimatra, for them no sapa no papa will do anything. Like if you beat sila stone with padma, it will not get any affected. That yogic body will not get any affected if we practice these ekatatvabhyasas. And yoga is integrated practice. You can approach your yoga nishta guru. All these practices are intended to, that is why it is said no paschimottanasana, Kshipram kundalini prabodhakam karshatam arogatam jataranalaha udaye, what you call it in udara, it will remove the excess unnecessary fats, and it makes to develop our energy levels. and Ardha Matsyendrasana. This is one of the recommended asana. It involves all kinds of chakras from Mooladhara to the Sahasrara. Matsyendra Beetam Jatara Pravritam Prachanda Rudmandala Kandanastram. The galaxy of the rogas can be stopped by practicing this Ardha Matsyendrasana. Abhyasaka Kundalini Prabodham. By practicing every day according to your gradation and stage, it will relieve all kinds of problems and awakens the Kundalini Shakti, and Chandra Sthiratvam cha dadati pumsam, psychological disturbances also. That is why in Telugu I wrote one poem. ఇవన్నీ చూస్తూ ఉంటే నాకు ఏదో చిన్న పోయం రాయాలనిపించి దీని మీద కూడా ఒక పోయం రాశాను. చాలా మీద రాశాను, బట్ దీంట్లో చేస్తూ ఉంటే రియల్లీ ద పోయం మేక్స్ మీ టు టీచ్ ఎవ్రీ డే. వాట్ యు కాల్ ఇట్, అంత శక్తి ఆనందించు శుభతరుణం ఇది. బై ప్రాక్టీసింగ్ దిస్ ఆసన ద ఇన్నర్ ఎనర్జీ ఫీల్స్ స్ప్లెండెడ్. మనఃకాయాదులు మౌనంగా హర్షించు వేళ ఇది. ద మైండ్ అండ్ ద బాడీ ఫీల్స్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ సైలెంట్లీ. మధుమేహాది మొండి రోగాల నిరోధాస్త్రం ఇది. ద మెటబాలిక్ డిసార్డర్స్ కెన్ బి రెక్టిఫైడ్ బై ప్రాక్టీసింగ్ దిస్. అర్థమైన అభ్యసించ వేళ అర్థమత్సేంద్రం ఇది. ఇఫ్ యు నో, ఇఫ్ యు అండర్స్టాండ్ ద ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద అర్థమత్సేంద్రాసన, వై డోంట్ యు స్టార్ట్ టు ప్రాక్టీస్ దిస్ ఆసన ఫ్రమ్ నౌ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ లైక్ దట్. సో ఇంకా వెళ్ళిపోతాను, చాలా ఆసనాలు ఉన్నాయి. కమింగ్ టు ద ప్రాణాయామ, దిస్ ప్రాణాయామ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఈజ్ ఎనఫ్. ఇఫ్ యూ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్డ్ అన్ ఆసన, ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ ఆసన ప్రాక్టీస్ ఈజ్ నాట్ నీడెడ్. అతాసనే దృఢే యోగి వసి హితమిత ఆసనం గురూపదిష్ట మార్గేణ ప్రాణాయామాన్ సమభ్యసేత్. ఇట్ ఈస్ దట్ సర్వ దుఃఖ క్షయకరి. All kinds of dukkhas can be eradicated by practicing pranayama. Sarva saubhagyavartini. Of all bhagyas, arogyameva mahabhagyam. This improves. Karanam jivitasyeha. This is the cause of our life. Pranachinta samashrita. If we approach prana, we will get all kind of problems relief. That is why it is compared with tapas. And ఇంకా ఎక్కువ వెళ్ళను, చాలు. There are so much is there to explain. I will stop here. With this I can say that stop it in the okay. With this I can say that be everywhere and anywhere, no problem, but always attached with the consciousness. Then prevention, promotion, curative aspects can be seen within us only. That is why yogarato va bhogarato va sangarato va sangavihinaha yasya brahmani ramate chittam nandati nandati nandatyeva. Ananda is there. Always attached to the consciousness. Conscious is nothing but the practical knowledge. Surely will help you. Hope that सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ओम शांति शांति शांति. There is so much to explain. Time is less. Time bounded. So we will close here.
Madam, can you send slides to us if it's a small request from our...
What do you want, sir?
Can you send me the slides, madam? They are very...
Okay, I will hand over to the department. You approach your coordinator. He will supply it to you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you, madam. So any participants in case of a brief questions from a madam, please continue, sir.
నమస్కారం అమ్మా.
నమస్తే మేడం. నమస్తే మేడం.
అమ్మా, మీరు వ్యాసాశ్రమం స్టూడెంట్ అయిన దానికి నాకు ఎంత ఆనందంగా ఉంటే అంత ఆనందమైన ఉందమ్మా. ఎందుకోసమంటే ఆ పరంపర మన చిత్తూరు జిల్లాలో ఆ వ్యాసాశ్రమం వల్ల భక్తి జ్ఞాన వైరాగ్యాలు మీరు అందులో చదువుకొని మాకు యోగా జ్ఞానాన్ని కూడా అందించారు. చాలా ధన్యవాదాలమ్మా. చాలా చాలా సంతోషంగా ఉందమ్మా.
థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ యువర్ బ్లెస్సింగ్స్ మ్యామ్.
సరే.
నమస్తే మేడం.
అమ్మ సునంద నమస్తే.
నమస్తే మేడం. మేడం మీ పోయమ్స్ మాకు ఒక బుక్ ప్రింట్ చేసి రిలీజ్ చేయాలి మేడం.
నా పోయమ్స్ నేను బుక్ లోనే రాయను, మస్తిష్కంలోనే పెట్టుకోండి. ఓకే, ఐ విల్ సెండ్ ఇట్ టు ద డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. యూ అప్రోచ్ ద డిపార్ట్మెంట్, దే విల్ గివ్ ఇట్ టు యూ. షూర్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ మేడం.
ఎందుకంటే పోయమ్స్ హృదయానికి టచ్ చేస్తాయండి, అంతే. హృదయంలో ఉండేది ఎప్పుడు కూడా కాన్షియస్ కి కనెక్ట్ అయి ఉంటుంది, అందుకోసం అంతే. నేనేమి పెద్ద కవయిత్రిని కాదు, లేకుంటే ఏమి కాదు అండి, జస్ట్ ఎలా అలా టైం పాస్ పోయింది సార్.
నాలెడ్జ్ అనేది చాలా షార్ట్ గా చేసిస్తారు మేడం, అందుకని.
Surely I will give it to the yoga department.
Sunanda, that is our role. We will take care and just definitely circulate in all the yoga groups, man. Definitely. Huh?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Okay, shall we leave?
Yes, madam.
Ma'am, Satyaprakash.
Thank you.
Now I request you, Dr. Shiv Kumar, please express the vote of thanks. Yes. Shiv Kumar.
Namaste. योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचां बलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रबलं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि. पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि. पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि. All of you, Shubhodayam, Pranal, who gathered here, distinguished chief guest of honor, special guest, and respected speaker. Next, I would like to take the golden opportunity and privilege to thanks the today beloved speaker Dr. Jyoti Garu for great insight into the ancient yogic text. We are very fortunate to hear you, because you are the only suitable expert in the field of yoga and Sankhya. In our university, all yoga PhDs, one guided by our madam. Only she is walking encyclopedia. Madam, thank you. వీరి యొక్క గొప్పతనం చెప్పాలంటే, స్వస్థస్య స్వాస్థ్యరక్షణం ఆదురస్య వికార ప్రశమనం. అంటే వీరు చిన్నపిల్లవాడికి ఎలాగైతే చెప్తారో అలా వీరి యొక్క స్పీచ్ ఉంటుంది. అంటే పిల్లవాడు కూడా అర్థం చేసుకునే విధంగా, బాలాదవి సుభాషితం. అంటే చిన్నపిల్లవాడు చెప్తే ఎలాగైతే వింటామో అలా మేడం యొక్క స్పీచ్ ఎంతంటే చాలా చిన్నపిల్లలు కూడా అర్థం చేసుకోవచ్చు. అంటే అలా మోటివేట్ చేస్తుంది అందరినీ. అంటే మమ్మల్ని అందరినీ మోటివేట్ చేసి మమ్మల్ని ఈ విధంగా, అంటే ఇప్పుడు గెస్ట్ ఫ్యాకల్టీ మన అసిస్టెంట్ ప్రొఫెసర్గా ఉన్నామంటే కారణం వారే అందరు. అంటే మేమే కాదు, లక్ష్మీనారాయణ సారు అండ్ శివకుమార్, లోకేష్, ఈ విధంగా తప్పన్ చాలా మందిని మోటివేట్ చేస్తూ బిడ్డల్లా లాలిస్తూ అందరినీ అంటే ఉన్నత శిఖరాలకు తీసుకెళ్లేందుకు ప్రయత్నం చేసిన వ్యక్తిమే. ఈమె గురించి ఎంత చెప్పినా కూడా తక్కువ. ఎందుకంటే ఈమెలో ఉండే గురుస్వరూపము, మాతృస్వరూపము అన్నీ కలిపితే జ్యోతి మేడం గారు. కాబట్టి వీరిలో ఉండే ఇది కావ్యమే కంఠంగా కలిగిన వ్యక్తి. అంటే అనర్గళంగా తెలుగులో కానీ, అనర్గళంగా సంస్కృతంలో కానీ, శాస్త్రము అంటే యహ శాస్త్ర విధి ముత్సృజ్య వర్తతే కామకార్థ నససిద్ధి మవాప్నోతి నసుకం నపరాంగతి. అంటే శాస్త్రంని మనకు అంటే అర్థం కాని శాస్త్రాన్ని అర్థమయ్యే విధంగా చెప్పగలిగిన వ్యక్తి ఈమె వీరు. కాబట్టి ఈ శాస్త్రం తెలిస్తేనే సిద్ధి వస్తుంది, అంటే సక్సెస్ వస్తుంది. శాస్త్రం తెలిస్తేనే సుఖం వస్తుంది, శాస్త్రం తెలిస్తేనే మోక్షం వస్తుంది. ఆ శాస్త్రాన్ని మనకు సారంగా మనకు అర్థమయ్యే రీతిలో అందించిన జ్యోతి మేడం గారికి శతకోటి సహస్రకోటి పాదాభివందనాలు సమర్పిస్తూ, నెక్స్ట్ my secret sincere thanks to my colleagues, students, and everyone who has taken their interest in the event and actively another in the session. I like to thank the ICT and non-teaching staff for arranging and necessary equipment and supplies for the program. Thank you, one and all.